Luke, I think they came in with a pass-oriented offense, but they really stuck with the run today. What was the toughest thing about trying to stop their offense today?
I mean, when we came in, like you said, we were expecting pass, and when they came out and run the ball, it's something that has happened since we were little and since in recreational football and stuff. And I think we needed to be more prepared for that. We prepared for the pass, but obviously when they come out and run the ball, we got to be prepared for that and be able to stop it.
Were you trying to make adjustments, or was it just? I know they ran some hurry up too as well.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
We made the adjustments to it, and what we needed, we just didn't make the plays that we needed to.
Mike, is the frustration level growing on offense, because it seems like every once in a while you'll have that deep ball open for a split second and just can't quite get it going. Today, some of the short range passes fell incomplete. Was it starting to get a little frustrating out there for you guys?
I mean, yes and no. Of course, drops are always frustrating, but it's part of the game. You got to live to fight through it. And we made the plays down the stretch, but unfortunately missed a couple in the first half and through the third quarter, and just couldn't get it clicking after that first drive.
Coach made some changes, obviously, late in the game. The game was already kind of out of reach, but some fresh faces got in there and played well. Could that be something that not worried about any controversy, but that could be something that just maybe gives somebody a spark? Hey, I get a chance to go out there and play and make some plays like Seth and some of the receivers. Is that maybe something that you can kind of grab onto here the last couple weeks of the season?
I mean, there's always that possibility. Obviously, the coaching staff knows what's best for this team, and they're going to make the final decision. But kids came out and made some plays today, and I'm really happy for those guys that came out. And even though it was only for 5-10 minutes, they still made the best of their opportunity, and good for them.
They really clamped down Juniata on Joe. Obviously, they knew what they had to stop. That maybe kind of puts more pressure on the passing game a little bit. Just was a little off today. Did you guys feel like things weren't clicking from the start?
Not really. I mean, we felt really great coming out that first drive and moving down the field. And I mean, we moved with ease. And granted, 2 plays and we moved the ball 50 yards. So it's just a matter of their D-line their front 7 came to play, and I mean, there's some big boys, and they made the play and kind of took Joe out of the game. Neil stepped up and made some big runs, and I mean, we just failed to execute down the stretch, and guys got banged up. A couple of linemen were taken out, which really hurt. Ted's a big loss, losing our play caller on the line. So just think we got to fight through for the next 2 games.
Luke, there was a couple more instances today where, penalty, extends a drive, unfortunate face mask. I think that Ty made the sack, just kind of got a face mask call. When one of those happens, does it almost deflate you guys? Because it's almost like you can't do that at all in order to stay in the game.
I mean, obviously it's very frustrating to make a big play like that and then have something small like that happen. But the key is to just forget about it and completely forget about it and just play the next play, because if you think of it, then there's no chance you're going to stop them.
Is that harder though? Because now you're trailing, your record is what it is. Last year or so, does it make it harder to do that? Because if you're 8-2 right now, you can get rid of that play and go on to the next play. It's a little bit easier. Is it tougher given the circumstances?
I mean, sure, it's harder, but you have to have mental toughness to be able to shake it off and just play the next play. But it is tougher.
You told me on Thursday that you expected the pass, but you wouldn't be surprised if they went to the run. That's exactly what they did.
Exactly what they did.
And it was hard to stop them.
Yeah, first half we were hanging in there with them, and then they figured out that they were bigger, stronger, more physical, and you saw them come. And we talked about it at halftime with the guys, we've been hanging in there, coverage looks okay, let's continue to rush the passer, but here's the thing, guys, they may decide that they just want to run the football right at us, and if they do that, we're going to have to stand strong. They just were bigger and stronger. They pushed us all.
Like you said, you feared.
That was my fear.
Yeah.
That was my fear.
Yeah.
Tim did a good job. He recognized it. I told him after the game, I was like, you did a good job recognizing that you could just line up and smack us.
Yeah. You mentioned the start, and just like last week, first drive, points, good drive, move the chains, and then 35 points later, the game's over basically. It was not about sustaining those drives. It was about just keeping your offense on the field, and that was hard to do today. Based on the flip side too, your defense was out there a lot. Is it just a matter of was that the same thing? Just not being physical enough.
Their defensive line was big.
Yeah, Mike Oliveto said their front 7 was tough.
They're just at a different point in their program than we are right now. The thing we got to do is just continue to keep working, stay together. We can't fragment. Stay positive, get back to work. I told the guys at the end, I said, all those days I make you go in the weight room, I said, now On those days you don't feel like going in the weight room, think about today. And that's why we make you do those things, because it's a strong, it's a game that, it's a physical game, and the teams that are bigger, stronger, more physical are the ones that have the advantage.
In the fourth quarter, you let some guys that aren't usually out there get out there. I know you went to Seth and saw a little bit of life there. Is that something that you can bottle or at least grab onto, or was it just a matter of finishing?
It's just a matter of where the game is.
Okay. Yeah, good things were happening. That's why I asked.
Yeah, and you got to look at who they were playing against too. They made the decision to get their guys out.
But you weren't just handing it off either. You were throwing it, trying to make the ball, get the ball on the field.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess maybe just the fact that if something happened and you did have to go to some of those guys, you got a little bit of something there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anytime you get in that situation, you want to get guys reps in normal, as much of normal offense and normal defense as you can. So, because it's about development. That's where we are as a program. We've got to keep working and developing guys. We knew that this was going to take some time. You just don't turn it around overnight.
Right.
So we got to take every opportunity that we can to get guys more and more reps and continue to grow.
More shuffling on the line too. I know Teddy went out. I think he was on crutches there.
Yeah, we got banged up again. And when you play physical teams, that's the risk you take.
Yeah.
Guys
You run out of linemen now. I imagine Teddy was be done. I mean, I don't know what's
I don't know. We'll see tomorrow.
Standing on crutches isn't a good thing.
Yeah,
so.
we'll see tomorrow when they show up for treatments and see what Greg has to say about him.
But he's your signal caller there on the line. So
that's
a
he
big
calls
one.
all our protections and everything. So, that's a concern.
Somebody's got to fill that role.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to fill that role.